My son, Christmas is coming. I don't want embarrassment in front of my mates. Daniel Okore was once the kind of man people used as an example. If you want to marry well, marry like Daniel. If you want to succeed, hustle like Daniel. Before marriage, Daniel had everything many young men prayed for: a stable job in the city, a good apartment, savings, and respect. He was not arrogant, but his life spoke for him. When he met Precious Adebayo, he fell in love, not because she was loud or flashy, but because she was calm, respectful, and content. Precious did not pressure him for money or luxury. She believed in growth, not display. Their wedding was simple but beautiful. People danced, people ate, people whispered expectations. Especially Madam Eunice Adebayo, Precious's stepmother, a marriage built on expectation. Madam Eunice had accepted Precious into her home years ago as a stepdaughter. She fed her, yes, but love was conditional. Precious was treated well only when there was hope of benefit. When Daniel came into the picture, Madam Eunice saw opportunity. "This man is rich," she told everyone in the village. "Our daughter has married well." She did not say stepdaughter. She said our daughter. At the wedding, Madam Eunice smiled more than the bride herself. In her heart, she had already written a list: monthly support, Christmas rice, new wrapper, school fees for younger ones, emergency money anytime. Daniel didn't know any of this. 3 months into the marriage, life changed. Daniel lost his job. No warning, no compensation, just silence. He came home that evening quieter than usual. Precious noticed immediately. "What happened?" she asked gently. Daniel sighed. "I was laid off today." Precious did not scream. She did not cry. She simply said, "We will be fine." That night, she prayed longer than usual. But when news reached the village, nobody believed it. How can Daniel be poor? He is lying. He just doesn't want to spend money. Madam Eunice laughed when Precious tried to explain. "So after marrying our daughter, you suddenly became poor? Who are you deceiving?" Madam Eunice's favorite habit was comparison. Mama Chioma, her son-in-law, bought them freezer. Mama Ngozi's own paid for roofing. Then she would sigh loudly. "My own son-in-law is doing hide and seek with money." She never asked about Daniel's mental health. She never asked if Precious was coping. She only asked, "What did you bring?" Precious's siblings, Joy, Kunle, and Sola, joined the pressure. They called Daniel stingy. They mocked Precious. "So all the promises he made before marriage were lies? Is this how you want to suffer?" Yet none of them offered help. None asked if Daniel needed support. They believed marriage was a business transaction. As Christmas drew closer, the pressure intensified. Madam Eunice called daily. "My son, Christmas is coming. I don't want embarrassment in front of my mates." Daniel checked his account. Almost empty. Still, he tried. With the little he had, Daniel bought 3 fowls. One for his mother, one for his mother-in-law, one for his home. It was not abundance, but it was love. Do we love people, or do we love what they can give us? 2 days before Christmas, Precious's siblings arrived unannounced from the village. Precious had stepped out to buy foodstuff when they arrived. Joy went straight to the kitchen. She shouted. "Chicken! Is this how they are suffering?" Kunle laughed. Without asking questions, without waiting for Precious, they slaughtered 1 fowl, they cooked it, they ate everything. When Precious returned and saw the empty pot, her legs weakened. "That chicken was for Christmas," she whispered. "That chicken was for peace. That chicken was for a woman who never appreciated anything." Daniel heard. He said nothing. That night, Precious cried quietly. Daniel held her and said, "People don't see sacrifice. They only see results." Daniel later told Precious a story. A poor man planted yam during dry season. Neighbors mocked him and stole his seeds. When rain finally came, only the man who waited ate well. Precious nodded. Christmas morning came quietly. No aroma of fried chicken, no pot of pepper soup, no laughter from abundance, only rice and silence. Daniel sat at the small dining table staring at his plate. Precious noticed his face. She knew what he was thinking. She had taken her own portion of chicken, the one she was supposed to eat with her husband, wrapped it carefully, and gave it to her siblings. "Please," she said softly, "take this to Mama Eunice. Let peace reign." Her siblings collected it without shame. That Christmas day, Daniel and Precious ate rice without chicken. They laughed anyway. They prayed anyway. They stayed together anyway. Because sometimes, love is choosing peace even when your heart is bleeding. Daniel looked at his wife and said, "One day, we will eat chicken without counting bones." Precious smiled, though her eyes were wet. Life did not change overnight. Daniel worked small jobs. Sometimes he returned home exhausted and discouraged. Sometimes he questioned himself. But Precious never changed. She reminded him of who he was. She prayed when he was tired. She encouraged him when hope was thin. Not once did she remind him of what they lacked. Meanwhile, the family disappeared. No calls, no concern, no apology. They only remembered Precious when they needed something. One afternoon, Daniel received a call, then another, then an email. A better job, a bigger role, better pay. This time, Daniel did not announce it. He worked quietly. He planned wisely. Money came. Peace followed. Soon, they moved out of the small apartment. Then came another blessing, a baby boy. When Precious held her son for the first time, she cried. "This child will not suffer what I suffered," she whispered. By the time their son turned 1 year old, life had completely changed. Daniel and Precious now lived in a big house, not because they were desperate to show off, but because God had rewarded patience. They laughed freely, they ate well, they lived peacefully. No pressure, no noise. Daniel remembered the Christmas without chicken and smiled. When news reached the village, Madame Eunice came again. This time, not with demands, but with regret. "My children, forgive me," she said quietly. The siblings lowered their heads. They finally understood. Marriage is not an investment plan. A son-in-law is not a bank. A daughter is not a sacrifice. Daniel helped them, but with boundaries, because wisdom had replaced desperation. Daniel once said, "When a basket leaks, you don't keep pouring water inside. You fix the basket first." Daniel and Precious lived happily ever after, with their 1-year-old son, in peace, in wisdom, in abundance. And the Christmas without chicken became a memory, one that reminded them, those who endure together, enjoy together. In life, let yourself come first, because if you break yourself trying to please everyone, nobody will fix you. Thanks for watching. Please follow this page, like, comment, and share. Don't forget to drop your opinion in the comment section.